Well, how's everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? Welcome to Look Around the Confederation. I am your host for the evening, Moose. And before we get started, please remember, the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are not necessarily the views and opinions of the SCV, its GEC, nor any divisions, brigade, camps, or any other subsidiaries. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Kind of a laid-back show tonight. For those who have noticed, we have started having selective days of the week that we invite, of course, the Commander-in-Chief on to talk, the Army of Tennessee, the Army of Trans-Mississippi, and the Army of Northern Virginia, where we spotlight the Army or division in that Army. Well, turns out August wanted to have an extra month. So I wanted to come on here, and I'm kind of going to go with a discussion that's kind of important to me, and I want to hear your thoughts on it, because it's always great to brainstorm with a group. But either way, we are going to be talking about the news tonight, so please share this out. Share it out to your friends, your camps, your divisions, your little Confederate groups. I know I'm part of a lot of them. I obviously, you can go look at how many Facebook groups I'm in revolving around war between the state history, and you can tell, wow, this kid spends way too much time on Facebook. But it's good to see Mr. John in the chat, the Florida Division Commander Calvin Hart, Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief Walter D. Donnie Kennedy, Kentucky Division Commander Kyle Thompson, my fellow wrestling fan in the chat, Mr. Frank, David, good to see you, brother. Dave Perkins, good to see you. I hope that contact helped you out. I hope you find that camp where you're looking for it, and I hope you join it, or if you had a friend that was looking for it, I hope they join and they have a great time in the SCV, man. We are Southern Brotherhood. We have past Commander-in-Chief, the most sharp-dressed man in the SCV, Paul Gramlin Jr. in the chat. Good to see you, Commander. And we have the current Commander-in-Chief, Jason Boshears, in the chat. Which reminds me, while everybody's here, I do have an announcement I'm going to read from verbatim so I do not get in trouble. From the Commander-in-Chief, he wanted to let everybody know to be on the lookout. One Click Politics is going to be rolling out either tomorrow or Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, from National. And it's time for everybody to stand up and fight. So it's time, in the words of GCB. Let's get ready. Let's do whatever the Commander-in-Chief asks us, what the national level asks us, and let's fight. Tomorrow is Friday. Well, how about that? I thought today was Friday, which would be awful considering I'm supposed to be hosting a meeting Friday for the SCV. That would be awkward. Well, you can do it both Friday and Saturday if you want to. I actually don't know what it is, so I better keep my mouth shut and just say be on the lookout Friday. But again, this is about Arlington, I'm pretty sure. Commander's always welcome to disagree with me. I am known to make mistakes, but again, it's time to fight, people. Commander Boshears is going to give us that opportunity tomorrow, so let's get it going. Jude in the chat, good to see you, Jude. I did spend too much on a tractor. That is confirmed. Yeah, that's a good question to ask, Commander. Let me put that up there for a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, lost our. There it is. So for those who don't know, and I think it was the Florida division mostly. I could be wrong, but we did get hit by a hurricane here in the South, and so I would ask that everybody remember the SCV Chat Relief Fund to go donate to it. So and also to pray for our fellow brothers and sisters of the Southland that have been affected by the current hurricane. Let's see here. Someone was talking. The Confederates of Ohio. Good to see you. Yes, William, you started a new camp. Congratulations. That's awesome. Put the name of the camp in the comments, and I'll try not to butcher it, but this is a good day. Always great when a new camp is chartered in the SCV. My camp just celebrated our 30th anniversary, and it was a blast to be a part of it and to be a part of that history, but it's also a blast to start history. So I congratulate you, Mr. William, and I cannot wait for your new camp to be defending the good name of the Confederate soldier very soon. All right, let's catch up on the comments. My aide de camp, Jack DuPont's in the chat. Good to see you, Jack. Commander Boshears is saying yes, it is one-click politics concerning the Arlington comments. Hey, Moose, I have made contact with the camp here in Indianapolis. Thanks for the help. No problem, man. I'm just happy you're getting in or getting into a camp. It's very important. And so congratulations first off, Mr. David or Mr. Dave. And I can't wait to defend the cause with you as well. Let's see here. Yeah, I have heard there's a lot of people lost power. Mr. Sham was going to be on tonight, but he is dealing with the effects of the storm, I do believe. So please keep everybody in your prayers. All right, so let me put up the name of the new camp. Welcome to the Confederation. All right, just deep breath. Breathe in, everybody, and breathe out. The Captain George Ellsworth Telegraph Camp 2345, which I do follow y'all on Facebook. I can't remember if I follow you on my personal page or my SCV page, but either way, congratulations. I'm so happy that y'all are officially with us now in the Brotherhood. I do call us a Southern Brotherhood because we're a family here in the SCV. And I'm just so happy that y'all got everything started. So congratulations again. And I can't wait to see news from your camp. Remember to send us in news. I would love just, a brief write-up of the camp, your officers, if they want to be publicly talked about, of course. And, just why y'all felt the need to start a camp. Because I know why you just wanted to make a camp with your friends or people you knew or in your area because you didn't have one. But I just like hearing about stuff like this. I just love SCV history, and I love SCV events and news. I'm the geek that I like talking about SCV business at meetings. I like a good speaker. I love learning, but at the same time, I love hearing about, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what we have done. This is how, here are some plans for the future. We need to vote on these, blah, 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 blah. But I do love hearing about stuff like that. So, Mr. William, please send in a brief history of y'all's new camp, I guess. I'll bring it up, not this upcoming Thursday because of Commander's comments, but I'll bring it up the other Thursday. Hey, yes, Mr. William, I'd love to bring you on. We just need to come up with a date. Let's see here. We'll look for a good date. It looks like let's shoot for November, William. Remind me, send me an email November 30th, and I'll go ahead and write you down. And you can come on and talk about your new camp. I love hearing about this stuff. So yeah, come on, we can talk about it. Just sit back, have a great time. Two Southern brothers talking about the thing we love, the SCV, and doing the thing we love, defending Confederate uh, veterans. Um, let's see. I'm trying to catch up on all the comments. Y'all are commenting a lot tonight, and it's a bit more of a laid back night tonight. So I'm trying to take time to catch all of them. The Turner Asby Camp 1567 in the chat of Virginia. Hello. We just talked about your army last week, and we hope to talk about y'all's division a bit more soon. As I explained earlier, these army chats are going to include the army, and then later on, we'll focus on a division in that army. And so it will go on and go on. And of course, at the beginning of the show, I will still talk about camps. See here, camps north of the Mason Dixon are very important to helping us defend the cause. Thank the good Lord for our Northern Confederates. Amen. From our Lieutenant Commander in Chief, Mr. Kennedy. I'll be in a camp soon. Congratulations, Frank. Let me know what camp you join. On December 7th will be my camp's 29th anniversary. Well, congratulations. Jack asked, how many camps are there? That is a question for a national officer. I hate to say it. I have it written down in my briefcase, but I left my briefcase at the house. So remind me of that question, Jack, and I'll just send it to you when I go look through my stuff. I love the SCV. It's truly a blessing to get to do what I get to do for SCV chat, because it means every day I get to hear about SCV news or talk about the SCV every other day. And most days now, almost every day, except for Sunday, because I take it out for the Lord. I do SCV something, and it is truly a blessing because I love it. I can't get enough of it. May 6th was our 55th anniversary. David rubbing it in. Congratulations, though. Greetings from Camp 1714 of West Monroe, Louisiana, and that is from the famous Dr. Samuel Mitchum Jr. Congratulations. I'm happy. Congratulations. I'm happy you're here, Dr. Mitchum. We'll be posting your videos you sent hopefully very soon. Jason Boshears, congrats and thank you for starting a new camp. Awesome. Yeah. I'm so happy that we have a new camp. Jude says he's got a new member and he's 17. That's awesome. Faversham to Carl Jones, our Army of Tennessee councilman. Let's see here. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. That's awesome, Dave. Well, I wish you guys luck. He said in Indianapolis. Hopefully I said that right. I've been there like 5 times is the funny thing, and I still can't say it. Fort Harrison was one of the largest prisons of the war. General Morgan's raid from Kentucky was releasing those prisoners and secret supplies. We are now trying to save the monument to all the Confederates who died there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, you just got to do the work in front of you. Again, I'm very blessed that I get to work so much SCV things at my age. I get to be involved almost every day in an organization I love, doing a job I love, and it's amazing. I love it. I can't get enough. That's probably why you see me on here the most. I'm crazy, absolutely crazy. Yes, Chief of Heritage Operations, Mr. Ron Kennedy. I couldn't agree more. SCV camps are where the real battle is and where we will win. I couldn't agree more. All right, let's get into some news real quick. We do have a bit of news to go over before I kind of get into a topic that I wanted to talk about. Let's see here. All right. First news first. On October 7th at Pinewood Cemetery at 11 a.m. in Daytona Beach, Florida, the Private William Riley Milton Camp 741 will be having a footstone dedication for its namesake. the grandson of Private William Riley Milton, will be in attendance with other family members. We are asking anybody wishing to attend to please contact Commander Victor Smith at, and here's Commander Smith's email. Victor, if I'm not able to make it, don't know yet. I know it's pretty far away, and I have just so much going on in October here in the Mississippi Division. I might not be able to make it. So if I don't, you better send me pictures, Victor. I truly expect pictures. Let's see here. All right. Some important news from our commander in chief. Today is the last day to pay dues before going in. Huh. Aries? Before owing more money. I'll just put it like that. I'll put it in redneck terms for you. Before owing more money, late fees. If a camp falls below 7 members, they go defunct over time. These camps could change tomorrow. I plan to have a number next Thursday on Commander's comments. He's answering Jack's question of how many camps are in the SCV, which is 866, 68. I saw a number a bit ago in the chat from national people. So that's awesome, first off. But yes, today was the last day of paying dues before it goes in the red. You're going to have to pay more now. But don't let that discourage you. Our ancestors had to pay a lot in blood for us to give us this opportunity. So, don't let that discourage you. Pay your dues. All right, going into our next bit of news. It is a fundraiser. So let me get the link for the project real quick. And you all know what it is. It's the Hayes tombstone. So let me send this in the chat. All right. So this is a project from Camp 2083, and it is for Mr. Landon Carter Hayes, who was a Tennessee politician and Confederate senator during the war between the states. He was born and raised in Carter County and inherited the Tipton Hayes estate when he got married. During the war, he moved to Richmond, Virginia as a Confederate senator. During and after the war, Senator Hayes lost his property and moved to Memphis, Tennessee, where he lived the rest of his life. He was buried in Memphis, then later moved to Jackson, Tennessee, where he no longer has a headstone. It is our camp's goal to raise funds and have a headstone erected for him. This is a project by the Lieutenant Robert J. Tipton, Camp 2083 in Elizabethton, Tennessee. So please go support this project. It is an awesome project. Of course, getting a tombstone for a senator, someone who served us during the war, it's awesome. So go support them. Link is in the chat for that GoFundMe, and I hope you support them. And I hope that when they do have this event, first off, they invite me. Second off, they send us something so we can promote it and talk about it. Because again, defending the Confederate soldier's good name 1 week at a time. Or 1 day at a time, really. We all do it. And we have to take it 1 day at a time. Let's see here. Alamo Cigars checking in Camp 1325. Good to see y'all. Jack says it's been a hard year for all groups. Daughters of the American Revolution, Sons of the American Revolution. Yeah, I agree. I think it's been a hard couple years for all of us heritage and historical groups and genealogical groups. It's hard to put a definition on us. I think I truly think it is hard to put a definition on us because we do so much now in the 21st century. It's so hard to put okay, this is what we do now. I think we do a lot more than people realize, especially now where we have to defend our heritage, not just honor it. Any updates on the SCV Chat Patreon? So, for those who do not know, I am a college student, knock on wood, because GCB is going to laugh. The GCB works for the state, and my father, of course, works multiple jobs, and I, of course, work. I'm self-employed myself. It's just we've been busy with the start of the school year, and just haven't been able to get to the bank. But we do want to have an update on Patreon very shortly. We just need to get to the bank first and get it set up because you have to have that. And so we're wanting to make sure we have all our ducks in a row before we announce anything else. So, Dave, kind of look out. We'll probably be talking about it in a week or two, I would say. I think we're about to get kind of settled in. And so we'll talk about it. Jack, tune in next Thursday for Commander's Comments. I don't think that's accurate, Jack, but I'm not involved in that. That's national. So tune in. If there was any breaking news on it, you SCV chats here. We would have the commander in chief come down anyway to talk about it. So no, Jack, that's not accurate. But we will have an update for you probably on next Thursday for Commander's Comments. We'll have our Chief of Heritage Operations, Mr. Ron Kendi, and Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears on to talk about it. They've been giving an update on it ever since really it's been happening on the first Thursday of the month. So just tune in next Thursday. I'm sure they'll have an answer for you. And yeah, Commander Boshears saying, okay, it's not been knocked down. Yeah, we do, don't we? I'll put that comment up here from our Chief of Heritage Operations. All right. Now into the next bit of news. Want to be going very slowly but surely. Going to kind of see here. This one's always hard for those who do not know. I'm a member of the Samuel H. Poe Camp number 255, and we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. And these are the Cat Challenge coins we specifically had made to celebrate. You can get these challenge coins for $10 a piece to help us celebrate the 30th anniversary of our camp's rechartering. You can contact the camp commander, also known as our historian-in-chief, and the First Lieutenant Division Commander of the Mississippi Division, Forrest Dawes, on Facebook. You just type in historian-in-chief or First Lieutenant Division Commander, and he will pop up. Or you can contact our camp's adjutant. He is some guy named Harrison Dawes, and you can reach him, of course, on his SCV Facebook, Harrison Dawes, 5th Brigade Councilman. So, please get that. The funny thing is, Commander, I forgot to give you yours. I had it in my pocket the whole day we were talking Saturday, and I completely forgot to give it to you. But we'll see each other soon. I know we will. I think there's a GEC meeting in October. I might try to come to that, or if I'm up at National, I might drop it off for you. That way you can get it if I'm not going to be at the next GEC meeting. Commander Boshears said, next Thursday we will have an update. Tremendous amounts of meddling and misinformation about Arlington. Put that up there so you don't take me, so I'm not being taken out of context. Exact quote from the commander. Chief of Heritage Operations, Mr. Ron Kennedy said, I said this last time, but save one for me. Yes, sir, I will. He said, Mississippi was my home until I crossed into the border of Louisiana. Well, don't worry, Commander. We'll save you one. And it would be an honor to have such high officers and people I respect hold my camp's challenge coin. All right, let's go through the news a bit more. The Stephen Dill Lee Institute will be held February 16th through the 17th in 2024 in Columbia, Tennessee. This year's theme will be Who Are We as a People and an Organization? The Friday night reception will be held at the National Confederate Museum at the Southern Heritage Center. Some of the presenters or talkers are Dan Mr. Dan Donwell. It had to happen at least once. Mr. Ben Stool, Forrest Dawes, Mr. Chris Sullivan, Mr. Frank Powell, our Chief of Heritage Operations, Mr. Ron Kendi, and our Master of Ceremony, Past Commander in Chief, Chuck McMichael. Registration and hotel information will be posted at the end of summer, so make your plans now. I'm waiting. Okay, I'm surprised no one has roasted me yet about butchering that, so thank you. I want to just keep going through these battles or through these reenactments and news. I hope to see you, David. I hope to make it. All right. Ooh. There will be a Civil War reenactment sponsored by the Cherokee Battlefield Preservation Corporation on October 14th through the 15th at Sartor Bluff, Alabama. Reenactment will be held on the actual surrender site. On Saturday, the reenactment will start at 2 p.m. From 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., there will be a reenactors ball. On Sunday, there will be a 10 a.m. church service, and of course, the battle will be at 2 p.m. Settlers and food trucks will be present, porta potties and water supplies available on site. For questions, contact the email below, and of course, like them on Facebook. That is nice. Let's see here. Ooh. Whew. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've been working all day. On October 21st to the 22nd, the 37th annual Fall Muster will be held at beautiful Beauvoir. Beauvoir was the last home of President Jefferson Davis, and Beauvoir is also owned and operated by the Beauvoir Corporation, who are also the members of the Mississippi Division of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. Make sure you come to enjoy a unique experience. You will be stepping back in time to experience life in the 1860s. There will be War Between the States battles daily, camp life, living historians, first-person presentations, period music by Unreconstructed, small muster, and other children activities. The traveling Hunley exhibit, a period dance, settler vendors, food, snacks, and a ladies' tea. Fun for the entire family. For more information, you can go to our website, www.visitbeauvoir.org. And of course, this is the biggest fundraiser for the Beauvoir House. So we humbly ask that you please come and try to make plans to attend, and let's have a great time together. You'll be walking on the same property as Dagnabbit. I did it again, didn't I? Commander Gremlin just I did it again, didn't I? Oh well. But come walk the same grounds as Jefferson Davis did, and so many veterans. It was a veterans home here in Mississippi for our Confederate soldiers, their wives, and their widows for the longest of times. And so please come take part in our great history we have here. It is basically what I like to call the crown jewel of Mississippi. So make sure you make plans to come and join us. If you come and try to talk to me, I'll try to talk to you, but I'll probably be running around with a chicken with its head cut off all day. So would used to be. All right. Let's see here. I believe we have another event, the Battle of Scherem Creek. Scherem? It's tiny. It will be in Crossville, Alabama, November 3rd through the 5th. They will have infantry, mounted and dismounted cavalry, and artillery. Period settlers, non-period settlers. Food and entertainment, ladies' tea, and much, much more. The reenacted registration is $5 and $10 with meal. you can contact Mr. Jeremy Booth at his number listed to get more information. The event contact is SCV Camp Commander Roddy Roddy. Yeah, no, it's Roddy. Robbie Mays. Bless your heart, Commander. Uh, make sure, of course, to go check out this event. I'm waiting. Oh, I'm waiting. Yes. Okay. So, for those who do not know, Chief of Heritage Operations made an interesting point. We also are the site of the Tomb of the Unknown Confederate Soldier. So, just like the Tomb of the Unknown American Soldier is basically the Tomb of the Unknown Confederate Soldier. It has a very unique history. Um, I would love to bring on the president of the board of directors, Mr. Rick Fort, to talk about it. He found the boy soldier that lays in that tomb, and it's a beautiful story. I don't think I would do it justice, to be honest, or I would tell it. He says it so much better than I do. And it's really emotional and powerful to go to the Tomb of the Unknown Confederate Soldier. Um, it's great. And we have an event around it. And of course, Confederate Memorial Day, we do it by the tomb. It's a great place, and it's a very emotional place. I get chills every time I go there. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back because I have to tell you why I was at Beauvoir this late. But a couple months back, I got to stay at Beauvoir very late in the evening, and I was just helping and working and trying to do what I can. And I decided to go out to the Tomb of the Unknown Confederate Soldier. And next door there was a concert, and I can't believe my ears. All of a sudden, this beautiful band across the street starts playing Dixie. And the emotion that filled me at that moment, standing next to the Tomb of the Unknown Confederate Soldier, the day after, I think, Confederate Memorial Day in Mississippi. You know, I had a rose with me. I laid it on the top of the tomb and paid my respects and just soaked in this moment. And it is a very powerful moment. So I ask that you all please come down to Fall Muster on October 20th through the 21st. We'll be happy to have you. All right. Let's keep on trucking. On November 18th in 2023, on on November 18th of this year, the SCV Camp 2267 will be hosting a turkey shoot from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Burgar, North Carolina. If you want any more information, you can contact actually the Army of Northern Virginia Councilman Kenny Ramsey. It is his camp hosting. And I think we have one more bit of news I need to get to. There it is. There it is. All right. The Alabama Division Sons of Confederate Veterans will be hosting the first annual Yellow Hammer Jammer on September 30th from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Confederate Memorial Park in Marbury, Alabama. Musical performances will be by Mud Cooper, Allie Knight, Brendan Young, and Unreconstructed, past Commander-in-Chief, the Lone Ranger, Chuck McMichael, will be our keynote speaker. Food and drinks will be available. Games for the kids and the adults. Door prizes, historical presentations, and other activities. Bring your ice cream freezers, pop-up tents, and lawn chairs. It's going to be a great day in Dixieland. Hot dog eating contest for adults and kids. And no administration fee to enter the park. It will be a good day of family fun. I can't wait for that event. they've been promoted pretty hard, so I can't wait to see them get to do what they do, and it'll be just a fun day. All right, let's see here. I'm going to get ready for a Pop-Tart break, and we're going to come back and just have a unique conversation, one that I'm sure everybody can agree with me with. I feel like it's one that we need to have, but I want to hear everybody's opinion on it. I think it'll be a great day or great discussion. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, I'm still in events mode, and I think it's a needed conversation to have because before now, I don't think we really had to worry about it. Let's see here. Rumor has it that I'll be picking up a song or two with my brother, Mutt Cooper. That's awesome. Wow. Carl's a Marine and his brother's Mutt Cooper. I'm shocked. Shocked, I say. Carl's going to call me after the show now. I love you, brother. Sorry, that just opened itself up. Yeah, no, I can't wait. I've heard great things. I don't think I've actually heard Unreconstructed before. And they will be, of course, at Fall Muster, and I believe that will be my first time hearing them. I can't wait to just sit back after a day because it will be a long day for me and just be like, all right, let's just listen. And I'm looking forward to it. All right. Let's get into our sponsor break. And of course, tonight's sponsored by the Kennedy twins' most recent book, Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government. Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government. So that's how Jefferson Davis is about. How Jefferson Davis was a leader in the high road to emancipation. He looked for a day which slaves be prepared to live and participate in society. He did more, though, than advocate for this high road to emancipation. He practiced his beliefs in the ultimate emancipation of Southern slaves, and many of his former slaves left for prosperity in their testimony about their former master who prepared them to be self-sustaining members of society. You can get the Kennedy twins' most recent book, Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government, at www.kennedytwins.com and most online bookstores, including www.scv.org and www.visitbeauvoir.org. Both have them in their gift shop. If you, for some reason, can't buy it at the Kennedy Twins web shop, go support one of these. It's our people. So, we want to thank the Kennedy Twins for sponsoring tonight's Pop-Tart break. And we highly encourage everybody to go out and get the amazing book, Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government. And we will see you after this Pop-Tart break.
There is a place nestled in the rolling farmland of southern Middle Tennessee. A home constructed in 1837, nearly lost to the ravages of war. Saved by a servant and a Confederate general. A place where families loved and lost. If walls could talk, what stories could be told? If a place, a home, can feel love, loss, pain, surely this is one of those places. Nearby is a more recent structure, and inside are the stories of heroes and heroines, stories of battles won and lost, stories of sacrifices made by the people of its native soil. A place that will tell the true and complete story of the Southland and the war fought for its freedom. From the causes that led to the conflict to the modern-day struggles to protect Southern history. Historic Elm Springs and the Confederate Museum at Elm Springs are the general headquarters for the Sons of Confederate Veterans. A place where the story of the Southland and its historic struggle is preserved and told. Come and discover your history.
I want to thank the Kennedy twins again for sponsoring tonight's Pop-Tart break with their newest book, Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government. It is available at www.kennedytwins.com and most online bookstores, including www.scv.org and www.visitbeauvoir.org. Lost track of my W's there for a minute. All right. Before we continue, let's see here. I think we have a couple people asking some questions in the chat. I will get to y'all. Let's see here. Oh, hello. We have the UDC chapter president in the chat. It's good to see y'all. I love the UDC. I love hearing from y'all. So send me some of your UDC news. Of course, we focus primarily on the SCV because we are SCV, but we're all in this together. So send me some of your news. Dave wants to remind everybody the next Friday night they will be talking about Nathan Bedford Forrest and the Swamp Fox and the partisan tradition. Interesting. All right. And Mr. Ron Kennedy asked, did anybody from the Army of Trans-Mississippi send you a date for the Army of Trans-Mississippi meeting? Battle of Mansfield, Louisiana. No, sir. But if you just send it to me after the show, I'll make sure to, especially a flyer. A flyer is really good. We promote flyers for events every week. You'll notice that, every Thursday, except for, of course, Commander's Comments, we promote a flyer, and you can send it to us pretty early. We'll cover it all the way up until after the event. Of course, that just depends on how early you're sending it in, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. Just so go ahead and send it in, Mr. Kennedy, and I'll put it on the list to promote. All right, so we talked about this a bit last week, but the Gainesville Volunteers Camp, this one, Camp 37-3, celebrated their 28th anniversary this year. You'll get something on it, but the date is April 6th. We'll start promoting it soon. We try to do. I'll explain the rules to y'all off air. No one else wants to hear this. But we try to promote close events a couple months out. But then again, nothing really hard in stone. But go ahead and send it to me so I can go ahead and put it on our calendar. Thank you. But for those who don't know, that the Camp 740, Camp 373 celebrated their 20th anniversary recently. And for those who also don't know, my aide-de-camp, Jack DuPont, is also a member of that camp and an officer of that camp. And so he sent me this stuff a while back, and he wanted to add it on the show, but I wanted to talk about it specifically because I think it's a good conversation. So let's see here. Let me put this first one up. This first thing up is a proclamation of Gainesville Volunteer Day signed in by their mayor. And I believe, let me see, that it is a day recognizing the Gainesville Volunteers, Confederate veterans, and the camp. That's awesome, first off. Second off, the reason we're talking about this, and we'll talk about something else in a second, is the importance of community involvement. And I'm going to kind of break this up into two sections. So first, I'm going to talk about community. It's very important that your camp is involved in the community. And don't let this take away from your Confederate functions. When you're honoring Confederate soldiers, cleaning cemeteries, cleaning monuments, putting up monuments, or whatever you do, reenactments, everybody has their own way. And I think every camp, for that matter, has their own style of defending the Confederate soldiers' good name. As long as you're getting out there and doing something, you're doing something for the cause. But there needs to be time for getting involved in your community. People need to know who the SCV is, and your camp in that area is the most exposure we're going to get. So, hosting a barbecue for police officers, or hosting a charity event for kids that might not have a chance to have any fun, like my friends in the Rankin Grace camp. And I'm saying that, I can't remember exactly what these kids have been diagnosed with, but they let the kids have a good day. And it's a very honorable thing that the camp does. And I think their camp commander, Billy Bryant's in the chat, and he could probably talk about it a lot more better than I can. But or doing a turkey shoot, that's something that my camp does. Or just getting out of your community and tabling, talk to people. Hey, we're the SCV camp. We know you've heard some bad things about us, but let me show you why the SCV is not like that. Let me show you who we really are. Getting involved in the community is extremely important. And this is a great example of some of the benefits of that. This camp was able to get a proclamation from their mayor to make Gainesville Volunteers Day, honoring the camp and the Confederate veteran. That's just one thing we can do. Now, that's a result of the Gainesville Volunteers camp working their butt off in their community, making sure they're known and making sure what we really stand for is true and put in the public light. Getting involved in your community can be invaluable. I'll put this up from Camp Commander Billy Bryant doing what his camp did. I wanted to give a bit of a shout out to Commander Bryant because I think his camp does a great job of getting involved in the community along with the Gainesville Volunteers camp. And so I wanted to point this out specifically. They raised over $9,000 this year and sent 30 kids to this camp. This is their third year doing it. And I couldn't be more happy that the Rankin Grace camp is in my division. And, of course, Carl Jones, our councilman, is probably the first one that really sold me on this idea of community involvement because I always liked getting involved in my community. And my camp was already doing it. But, I wasn't really sold on the idea until Carl presented it to me. And I think, let's see what he says here. When we are present a positive image in our local community, we neutralize the message of groups who oppose us and cast opposition on us. That couldn't be more true. We show them who we really are, and they're not going to believe what our enemies of the news media says about us. It's a great thing. So getting involved in your community is invaluable. All of us should be trying to find ways for our camp to get involved in your community. In some areas, it's harder than others. Like, for example, the New Jersey camps. They're probably going to have a bit of a hard time. And since some of our camps haven't been involved in the community in so a long time, you might get pushback at first when you do it. Well, what are they doing? They've been quiet for so long. They've stayed in their corner. We've stayed over here, and we've had peace. That might be true. But getting involved in the community, again, is invaluable. I can't put a price on it. It is so important to get involved in your community. To the point where me and my dad, who's my camp commander, talk about ways to get involved in our community. Because it's just, how do I say it? It needs to be something we all do. We all need to find ways. And again, sometimes it can be uncomfortable because, again, you haven't ever done it. You've stayed in circles where people 100% like you. Or you're alone in a cemetery honoring the Confederate soldier. But we also should be good members of society and get involved in the community. So I hope that, I want to show you the benefit of getting involved in the community, and this is one of those benefits. They were able to get their mayor in a town where they're just not super popular in, but they've made their mark. And I'm so proud of the Gainesville Volunteers Camp. They're in my brigade. I'm their councilman, and I couldn't be more proud of y'all. And I want to thank you for giving me this idea to speak upon this. And our Chief of Heritage Operations makes a good point. Be sure you get involved and put information out about your SCVN on a member's social media. And for example, I have a SCV social media. My father has an SCV social media. Our camp has an SCV social media. And we use it to get involved. We put posters out in restaurants or markets, our stores, try to get involved, invite people to our events, go out and support events. And, in our area, we know some areas it can be different, but a local newspaper in our area still reaches a good bit of people. And a lot of people read them. So we submit stuff to our camp our county newspaper. And they've been very nice towards us in putting our stuff out there. And again, gets light on you, puts some spotlight on us in a positive manner, and lets the community know who we are and what our mission is, and that we care about our community. And that's, again, priceless. Networking in local community creates relationships, and relationships leads to opportunity. That is the quote of the night from Carl Jones, Faversham. That is the quote of the night. Networking in local community can create relationships, and relationships can lead to opportunities. So for someone who's like, well, does that honor the Confederate soldier? It can, because it's going to lead to you having opportunities to honor the Confederate soldier even more than you're already doing. And all of us can always try to do more. I try to push myself pretty hard to make sure I do as much as I can, because we are in a war, and it is important now more than ever that we get involved in our communities. So I want to talk about that for a minute, and I'll switch to my other topic in a second, but I wanted to give this enough time, and I would like to spend a whole episode talking about it, giving examples, maybe helping you come up with ideas for your camp. That can be a future episode of Look Around. But it's great to get involved in your community. It's very rewarding. And again, it can be challenging depending on where you are at first. And you need to, go out there and test the waters. Have some of your, those members that are just nice no matter what. Have them out there. Because sometimes you will get the mean comment or two, and sometimes you should debate someone. Sometimes, just let it be. Sir, I agree to disagree with you, but, I hope you have a blessed day. It's all about just showing everybody we're positive instead of a negative. Commander Boshier said, all right. Commander Boshiers wanted to point out the importance of a camp being active in defending the cause and being also active in their community, being involved in their local level. It is crucial for growth. It is crucial for the fight we're in. It is crucial for the war we're in. And it is crucial just to keep a camp alive and moving and fluid. You won't get stale. You'll bring in a couple new members every couple months probably. And even if you don't, again, that relationship you build can lead to a lot of amazing things. So I hope you guys do it. I want to put this up here from Commander Bryant, because he also talks about another thing that his camp has done that is great, and it gives him another chance to get out involved in the community. They delivered 125 KIF bags to our local veterans nursing home. This is their 4th year of doing it. Again, that's another idea. So I want to first off thank you, Commander, for putting that out there in the chat. He's not trying to brag. He's trying to give us ideas. So if you can't find where to start, help out with some of our local veterans organizations. We honor veterans here. Goes together like peanut butter and jelly. So make sure you go out there. that could be the first thing you do. Miss Linda says she's been a UDC member for 9 years. First off, congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you for all you've done, Miss Linda. I love Miss Linda. She has worked her butt off for the cause, and so I want to give her her moment. She deserves it. She's my Gigi. Carl Jones, even if... Okay, yeah, and here's something else for the people that might be on the fence about this. Even if the opportunity is not Confederate specific, it can promote our Southern culture, which, again, we're defending our Southern culture as much as we are defending our Confederate ancestry and heritage right now. Everything is under attack in this war we're in. So it's invaluable to get involved to defend it. I'm trying to block out that light. I'm gonna bust it. I'm gonna throw something at it. Again, it can lead to a lot of great things. And Councilman Jones has a great point. It can promote our Southern culture. And again, right now, we need that. And Dave makes a good point. We're behind in doing this. It's time to step up. I couldn't agree more. By networking, let me put this up. By networking, we will reach groups of people who do not understand us, or why we are defending, or why they should also be defending Southern heritage. And our Lieutenant Commander in Chief's got a great point. You know, this also gives us a chance to defend what we do. I would have someone specifically picked for that. And again, not everything will lead to new members. Not everything will lead to a defense. Sometimes it's best to stand back and be like, you know what? Let's agree to disagree right now. But what you can agree on is what we're good people in the community. And that's a good first step. But we shouldn't forget our main overall goal. And our main overall goal is to defend Southern heritage and our Confederate ancestors. So, Mr. Kennedy has a great point here. It gives us multiple chances to do what we do. Let's see here, going through them. Commander Bryant says it not only gives us time in the public eye, but gives us the opportunity to tell people about the SCV and our ancestors. Again, these do have rewards. Sometimes they can be very different than what you expect, but they all usually have a nice reward. You might not get a proclamation from your mayor, but you might win some people over, and you might get invited to do something in your community. So it's a great way to start. And our Chief Heritage Operations, Ron Candy, says we must promote all traditional American values, especially Southern values. Again, we're in the fight for our lives right now, people. David says homeless shelters and community day centers, you'll find organizations that need help, that you can serve. And that's a great point. And, let them know, hey, we're from I'll use my campus example. So say I went to a nursing home in my community. Hello, I'm a member of the Samuel H. Poe camp of the Sons of Confederate Veterans Camp 255. We would like to come help you. We will probably wear, either or SCV logo. Some people might not want you to wear the corporate logo, the battle flag logo. Right now, if you need a foothold in your community, that's not the hill to die on right now. Notice I said right now, because they don't understand us. They don't know us yet. Give them a chance to know you and know why it's important to you. And sooner or later, they won't care what you wear. They'll care who you are. So get the foot in the door. Tell them who you are. Tell them who you represent. Tell them we'll bring people representing this organization. Let it be very clear. We're not going to be here to represent ourselves. We're representing in this case, Samuel H. Poe Camp number 255 of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. Perfect. Great way to get started. Thank you, Mr. David. And Carl Jones will like to brag on the Rankin Grace Camp. There's a reason that around the last that they're around 5 years old and have nearly 100 members. I would bet that their involvement in the local community and their welcoming environment in their camp meetings has a lot to do with their success. And I couldn't agree more. The Rankin Grace Camp is a phenomenal camp and one of the biggest in the division. I don't think they're the biggest, but give them time. All right. Let's see here. Chief of Heritage Operations, Mr. Ron Kennedy, says that the Lieutenant Commander in Chief and I are looking into running ads in one of the largest gun rights Second Amendments magazines. That's a great opportunity. That's a great thing. And they need help. So when they come on here and, they tell us their plans, why they're getting involved in maybe places that aren't, the most, well, that's a historical Confederate thing we should do. Here's the reason. Community. That's a community on a much bigger scale, yes, but gets eyes on us. And it gives us a chance to say who we really are. All right. And I want to hear everybody's opinion on this. So I'm about to switch gears from community to something else. So on this day, the Camp 373 had this proclamation. They also got this from the Mississippi House of Representatives. And it is a state of Mississippi proclamation signed by their House of Representative member, Mr. Stacy, Miss Stacy. So now I want to talk about, I have to word this carefully. Back in the day, and this is not even my day, I'm in my day. Back in the day, we used to have a lot of politicians, a lot of people that were influential in our communities, in our states, in the organization. It's time we start getting that back. Again, I'm showing you the rewards this camp, the Gainesville Volunteers Camp, have accomplished through hard work and determination. And I think how they got that is they got involved in their community. They were able to get state recognition on their 28th anniversary and local recognition on their state anniversary. That's a massive accomplishment in today's time. I mean, they raised the bar for us all. So I wanted to throw that out there that, there's ways that we can make friends and grow our communities. And when I talk about community, like in this word, I mean the SCV, Confederate friendly community. And this is one of the ways. And take another, Jack. Yes, that we first want to thank Representative Wilkes for doing a great job and defending her heritage as well and having a positive political impact. And I couldn't agree more and I say that a lot, don't I? I do say that a lot. Chief of Heritage Operations, Mr. Ron Kennedy, said, "We must find ways to have a positive political impact within our communities and states. It is crucial, in my opinion, that we do this." And I think the way you can start is the community. That opens the gate for so many things. So tonight, share this out. Share this out with your camps. Let them hear my opinions. Let them hear everybody else's opinions. Make the decision to get involved in your community. It is invaluable. It will open the door for your camp to do so much more for the cause. And opening those doors will give you more ways to do the charge, defend the Confederate soldiers' good name. Ooh. Let's see here. So happy Commander Boshears was on the chat tonight. All right. Commander Boshears says, look at the words being used: networking, social involvement, local involvement, and helping others. The charge tells us what to do. It does not, wait, what? It does not tell us what to do, when to do, or how to do it. Anytime an SCV is doing positive, you are defending the Confederate soldiers' good name and provides opportunities to guard his history. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Whew. We are in a fight. And I'm pretty sure you've heard me say it a long time. I describe it as a cold civil war, because it's not, a regular. It's more of a civil war than our ancestors fought. I can tell you that much. That's a war between the states. But this is a civil war, but not one that we will win with guns, fists, but one we will win with our minds. It is a cold war. It is a war that will win via the battle of the minds and winning over communities. So I think it's extremely important we get involved in our communities. Because again, as I've talked about tonight, as you saw from Jack's camp, the Gainesville Volunteers camp, there are rewards in doing it. And you've heard from national officers, you've heard from brigade officers, Army officers, division officers tonight, and camp officers, if you include me. And you've heard everybody say the positives of getting involved in your community. So look into doing that. We had some great ideas that your camp should look into, and look into them first. Make sure that it's the right fit for your people in your camp to come and help. Make sure you have a lot of people volunteer to do it. Really light a fire under your camp to get it done. Someone said to get involved in underprivileged and troubled youth camps, kind of like the National Guard Youth Challenge program. And again, look into everything in your community. If you have a nursing home, a veterans hospital, everything, and see what you can do. The possibilities are endless. And with that, it should open the door to get involved in your community and your state. And when you do those two things, we're this much closer to winning. And that's not an exact measurement, but it does bring us a lot closer to winning. Make sure to tune in Monday, 7 p.m. Confederate Standard Time, for your weekly episode of SCV Chat. As well as make sure, let's pull this up real quick, to send your pictures, short videos, and write-ups, all camp and division news, to scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and you will be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. Next Thursday, we will have Commander's Comments. Our Chief of Heritage Operation will be hosting, Mr. Ron Kendi, and our Commander-in-Chief, Jason Boshears, will be giving us an update on the National SCV. So make sure you tune in. Can't wait to see you there. Make sure to share this video out. And until next time, remember to stay Southern, my friends. Good night, everybody.